Welcome to the Treehouse Store training, where we will be going over how to check a youth's eligibility, connections, and then check them into the Treehouse app. Let's start with eligibility. We will be using Dynamics, which is our database for youth information. At the top of your page, you'll enter the youth or caregiver's name in the search bar. For this training, we will enter a youth's name. A profile will appear for a youth which has their general information like age, pronouns, and address. We will be looking at the Program Enrollments tab. Take note of the eligibility notes, an eligible youth, and an eligibility last reviewed fields. Our intake team updates this regularly so we know which youth are eligible for our programs, but you can always reach out to them for questions. When you scroll down, you'll see a field titled All Program Enrollments. Change this to Active Program Enrollments. This will show all the programs the youth is currently enrolled in for the program year. If the Treehouse Store is not listed, the youth does not have a current store enrollment and will need to have an exception made and a referral submitted. Unless the youth is enrolled in Grad Success or Launch Success. We will get to exceptions later. First, let's check a youth's connections by clicking on the Connections tab. You'll want to sort your connections from all to active. This will show you the most recent caregiver, start date, end date, and whether they're residing with the caregiver. You'll also see the current social worker with their start and end date. Quick tip: current caregivers and social workers won't have an end date listed. If you're seeing an end date, it may be an old connection. It is also not uncommon to have a birth parent also listed, or no caregiver if the youth is old enough or in a group home. Now that we've checked eligibility, let's move on to checking youth into the app to shop. You'll find two Treehouse Store apps. We will be using the Treehouse Store 1 app if you're at the front desk. This app has printing capabilities to the Checkin printer. The Treehouse Store 2 app is used more for checkout and tagging in the warehouse. Enter WH_Checkin as the username and password as the password. Then click Sign In. You'll see every youth currently checked in for shopping or online orders. Click Enter Store on the right. Ask youth or caregivers for their ID. This is the same as checking their connections in Dynamics. Then you'll type the youth's name into the search field. In this example, we will only use the first name and an asterisk, which will pull up every youth with that first name. Quick tip: searching for the caregiver will bring up all the youth connected to them, which is helpful for checking in multiple youth at once on busy store days. Next, check the visit counts. This number shows the total full visits for the program year. If it's under 3, click Create Visit. The app will not show how many special requests a youth has. Always check their profile before checking them in. Youth are allotted 3 special requests and 3 full visits. A window will pop up where you will select your shopping category, shopper role, and add notes. Your notes should always have the visit number, type, and name of any proxies which are authorized individuals outside of the youth and caregiver who can shop. Be sure to also include your initials. Here's a quick cheat sheet of visit types. Keep in mind some item limits are subject to change seasonally. And here general shopper roles. Don't worry, you'll be able to refer to this in case you forget. Don't forget to include the youth's check-in ID number on the back. In the event a youth needs an exception, you go back to their enrollment page. Scroll down and click New Program Enrollment. First check if they've had an enrollment before. A start and end date with a day apart indicates an exception was made. If they haven't had one recently, you're good to create one. Fill in the program type as Treehouse Store. Their start date will be the current date, and you will leave the end date blank. We will come back and close this after we check the youth into the app. If you're making an exception, don't forget to put in a referral request. Contact the intake team for access to this form. As a reminder, youth are only allowed 1 exception per program year. And yes, this does count toward their 3 total visits. Congrats, you've just checked a youth's eligibility and checked them in for shopping. Thank you for reviewing this refresher. Feel free to reach out to staff or management if you have any additional questions.